All right, y'all. Let's cut the music. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite WMMA podcast. Hashtag CB99 Talks. Is episode 192. Moving right along, y'all. What's going on? What's up? What's up, everybody? Got about 13 people in here. You can join in and hit the like button anytime you feel like it. But I'm just jumping on here tonight to talk about some big news, of course. Big news, and I want to talk about this press conference from this morning. Just want to give my reaction to that. But hey, man, fights are starting to pick up. Fights are starting to pick up. I know we was kind of going through a little silent period, and as fight fans, we get restless, right? We get let's see, we get spoiled when we have like three cards in a row, and then when we miss like one card or two cards, we get spoiled, right? Everybody's crying. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff lined up. We got a lot of stuff lined up here coming up for April, May, June. So hey, the summer's looking good, man. So far. So far. Let's just pray all these girls are gonna be 100% or close to 100% come fight night so we don't get any injuries. Let's make sure. Well, I don't we can't make sure. Let's just pray nobody is going too hard in the gym. All right. We don't want to wake up any past injuries or anything like that. Let's just say do enough. Do enough in training. All right. So that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to talk about this press conference, man. I want to give my reaction to this press conference from today, man. As you can tell, like I think I'm doing more. I think I'm doing more of a job of hyping this fight up than they are. I'm just saying. I ain't even, and I ain't even going crazy. I'm just saying, like, I'm not boasting or anything. I feel like I'm making myself more excited. I'm making myself more excited for this fight than than the press conference did. I'm just, I'm trying to hold back a laugh, man, because it just seemed different, man. And I was looking at comment sections too, man. Like people were just talking about, like, is the UFC losing money? Like, where is this press conference being held? And then somebody said something like, "Oh, this is the atmosphere of the fight right here. Like what you see, what you see right now is going to be the atmosphere of the fight," which I thought was kind of mean. But hey, I'm still looking forward to this fight here, though, man. Bullet Shevchenko. So let me get my reaction to that. We got a couple of WMMA fights this weekend. We got some low level flyweight fights coming up, right? We got Aldrich and Lee versus Aldrich versus Lee. Then we got DLR versus Carolina. And yeah, that's about it as far as them. And I want to go back and talk about some Grasso Silva here a little bit and Pena Harrison, right? And whatever else. What's up? Okay, we got some people in here. What's going on? Marcus, Paul, Axel, Claude. Mark said we might get a confirmation on Barber and Aaron fight. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm ready, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Aaron and Macy, make it happen. Let's do it. Yeah, I like that. Jazzy's on the big stage. Jazzy's getting a lot of respect. Easy, what's up, man? Easy, I know you saw the tag, man. Hey, I know you ain't avoiding the crow. I know you've been busy, but hey, we can't go 3 weeks without eating no crow now. Hey, Easy E, it's bad enough you got to eat crow, but you don't want to eat 3-week-old crow, man. You don't want to eat 3-week-old crow. You better eat this thing for it's about 2 months old. So I want to go through some stuff, and if anybody wants to talk, it's always open. Who's easy. I'm just saying. Axel. Axel said you're waiting for the Dana White announcement of the fight too. Yeah. Aura, what's up? Claude said I want to see Macy versus Aaron, but think Barber been out too long to face Aaron right away. I want to see it badly too, and that might be an excuse. So I didn't want to say that because that could be an excuse. But my thing is, hey, girl, like you talk a big game. You said you ready. come get this Aaron work. If Aaron ain't that good, you can figure her out. You done a lot of interviews. Macy done some interviews saying that, she ain't nothing special. So, hey, you should be able to come right back after a year off. If a fighter is not special, you don't need no tune-up fight. That fighter is a tune-up fight. I'm just saying. If you treat her like the champion and say, hey, I need work, okay, fine. Reschedule the Rose fight. But after what she said in the recent interview, Manon ain't special, neither one of them are championship material. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? Neither one of them are championship material? Okay, Aaron lost her fight. But okay, Macy, like, Manon is right here right now. But if Aaron ain't nothing special, all right, now come on, make this fight happen. Come on. Make this thing happen. Make it happen in April. But we'll see. Easy, so I'll get on. Okay. Yeah, we'll make that happen. But yeah, let's look at this, man. UFC 315. I almost fell asleep. Not because I had a big old omelet and some pancakes this morning, but that was part of the reason why. Because I was hungry, man. Had this big cheese and bacon sausage omelet and 3 pancakes. That's one thing about me, man. Like, since I stopped snacking and everything, man, I can eat a lot. I don't really snack, so I can eat a lot when it comes to just one dinner or, one lunch or breakfast. If I just do one meal, I can eat a lot. So that might have had something to do with it. I was a little tired from that, but this press conference didn't do me any justice either, man. Like, I didn't really see an effort put behind maybe the media as well. Like, the questions aren't always the best anyway. The media, they don't really ask the fighters the best questions. But it just kind of seemed like the atmosphere where they were at, it didn't really have like this fire feel to it, like they're really trying to promote something big for Canada right now, right? I mean, you got some fighters there too, man. You got the French fighter for Manon, okay? You bring out Jasmine, which is good. You got Jasmine there because she's Canadian and she's repping Canada too. So that's good promotion on them, but I just didn't really think they put forth the effort to really promote it and, really talk this thing up. And, you kind of need that too when you have two fighters like Manon and Valentina who are more reserved. The most I got out of Valentina was just the key thing she said, right? What was it? That Manon, claims to be a respectful fighter that comes from karate. And what did she say? That she was acting more what? She just said, she threw kind of like a little, it wasn't really a sneak diss. She just threw it right at Manon too. It wasn't really nothing serious. So, Manon, she comes back with her answer, which wasn't really anything smart. Manon just said that, hey, she didn't acknowledge me when I was there as the stand-in fighter and so on. And word is that the translator was bad. Like, I don't know because I don't speak French. So the person that was translating, according to a lot of people, were saying that it wasn't good translation. They were saying it wasn't good translation. It wasn't correct. So I'm just kind of going off of what the subtitle said later on when somebody posted it on the media. Manon, it said something about, I just want my shot. And I just wanted to be acknowledged, right? Well, like I said before, as the champion, it wasn't really her position to call Manon out. It would have been nice if the UFC had or let Manon come into the cage. Like if they would have let Manon come into the cage and disrupt Valentina's little shine at that point, it would have made it more interesting. So it really wasn't her fault, Valentina's fault either, but I just think that opportunity was missed at the time, 4 or 5 months ago, to promote the fight, and I think as a challenger, it should have been on their side, Manon and her team's side, to go in there and say, hey, this is my shot. Like when you go back to Antonio Tarver, like what he did to Roy Jones, or like when Shane Mosley did that to Floyd Mayweather, right? when the champion's in there celebrating and they just got their belt back or whatever, coming back off a layoff, it's up to the challenger to say, where's my shot? I'm next. They got to get in there. So maybe the UFC should have, and maybe her manager in the UFC, they should have discussed that and said, hey, let's set this thing up so we can get in there, right? That's just how I see it too. I see it as that. Right. Got any excuses tonight? Right. Yeah, something like that. You got to be the one to make that person say, hey, man, what you doing? You trying to steal my moment here? Right. You can't do that. So I just thought that overall we didn't really get too much out of this, and that's fine because again, these two fighters are reserved. I'm just happy that we got to see them two face off now, and we know that this fight is legit. I believe there was a little bit more discussed with Valentina in this recent interview after the fight, after the the press conference, not the fight, but Valentina did speak on. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up here. I'm not gonna play it, but if y'all want to check out this interview here, she had spoke on staying true to her word. She's okay. Yeah, Valentina says Manon must honor retirement bet. So that was a quick little interview. I might watch it later, but if y'all want to watch that, I'm gonna post it here. Hold on. Or I'll save it for later because sometimes my links don't work in here. Yeah. MMA Junkie posted it. Says Valentina Shevchenko says Manon must honor her retirement bet. And she says she's open to a Zhang Wei Li fight next too. So that's still there. The Wei Li fight is still out there. And I know that's what they're hoping for. That's what they're hoping for, right? But me, hey, if Manon wins, fine. That's good. That's still good for the division. I think we still need somebody that's bringing forth some new blood and ready to do some big things for the division. Either way is good. I mean, if Valentina was to win, we get a super fight, right? If Manon wins, we got a new champion, got a new face again, right? So either way, it's not bad to me. I mean, you got two good fighters here ready to fight. I'm ready to see what happens from here. But I didn't take much from the actual press conference. I was more so just waiting for this right here, just seeing the face off. Finally get to see them face off. And I believe, Valentina must be wearing heels again because Manon does tower a little bit more. And just off of what you can see, as she is still taller, even with Valentina in heels. So we'll see how height and size play in this fight. It really comes down to how you use it, of course, right? You got to be able to fight like a big fighter, use your height, use your strength, use your size, all of that, right? Just being big it doesn't count for anything. It's got to be used right. Same like we see as Dakota climbs the ladder, how she uses her size in a fight. Manon uses it well against other fighters like Aaron and Rose and those fighters. But when you're dealing with a multi-time champion, two-time champion, and somebody who's fought at bantamweight, and somebody who is physically strong for their size and really gifted like Valentina, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a great fight, I think. And yeah, I just want to see it now. I just really want to see this fight now. Main event, you know how I feel about the main event. This should be the main event, right? This should be the main event. It's our main event, but it really should be the main event. Let's see the comment section. Axel said Valentina's talk about Manon is more Savat French. Yeah, that's what she said, right? Kickbox. Okay, French kickboxing and karate. Not a real martial artist, but a sport person. Val literally knows nothing about. So, okay. Yeah, I thought Manon. She comes from the background of karate. She's claimed it before. And I can't really say. That's what's something I want to mention too. Like, I can't really say like Valentina's being innocent too. She throws her little disses too, so she trying to act like she innocent too. The things Manon said wasn't really like harsh. It was just like, hey, I'm just trying to wake you up, let you know I'm out here. But she was like, oh, she said she's respectful in this, but the way she's talking, she's acting more like this, when she threw her little things out before too, like even with Amanda Nunes, when Amanda Nunes won her belt back, I remember she kind of threw a little diss out there. I think somebody sent me some one time. I recall even like when Alexa Grasso still had the belt, so she ain't innocent either. I mean, everybody be throwing their little disses out there sometimes, but I just think that Manon's was more out of frustration at the time because, like she said, she'd been out for like over a year, and there was really nobody else for her to fight at the time that made sense, right? And she just wanted to make that happen. And I guess too, with the whole Wei Li thing, it was just like they was trying to avoid her, So yeah. Easy said it eats Val so bad she could never beat Nunes. Oh man. Yeah, Bilal and JDM ain't selling nothing at this press conference. They're really not. That's why I said this should be the actual main event to me. Paul said, interesting. Is that the first time we've heard Val accept the Zhang Weili fight? I think she accepted it that last time after she won the belt back when Ari Helwani first mentioned it. I believe she acknowledged it. As like a fight she would do next. That's what made, Aldrich kind of mad at Ariel because he brought up Zhang Weili that time. And Valentina was cool with, doing it. So, yeah. She's kind of been on that train too now. Before she wasn't really because Weili still has something to prove. But now that there's money behind it and there's skills behind it now, it makes more sense. Yeah, But yeah, other than that, yeah, there really wasn't much going on here. I do like to see, Jasmine. She was out there. Jasmine was out there showing up, doing her thing because she's got a fight coming up against Jessica Andrade. There's not much to say with this fight as far as Jessica Andrade is going to do something crazy. I think I've seen some people in the comment section saying that they still going with Jessica Andrade in this fight. Anything can happen, but after seeing how Aaron handled Jessica and knowing how Jasmine fights kind of similar to Aaron as far as her grappling and her improvement in her striking where she's not getting hit as much, I think that's going to be a problem for Jessica. Like, when was the last time Jessica Andrade even fought now? Hold on, let me see. Was Jessica's last fight a win? No. Yeah, her last fight was Natalia Silva. Her last fight was Natalia Silva. And that was September. So yeah, her last fight was a flyweight fight. And we saw how she got handled. We saw how she got handled against her. So I don't really see this being like a huge test, but it's a good fight because look how high Jessica still ranked. And that's why I don't knock the fight because Andrade is still number 7. And to me, like I said, I don't know how she's still that high. So, hey, give Jasmine this opportunity to fight this next level. I thought they would have given her somebody like Rose or something. Maybe give her somebody like Rose or, if Macy was trying to come back and, get in a lower level fight, I thought they would have set something up like that. But no, they didn't. So, hey, this is a good fight for her to take in front of a home crowd. This is a good fight for her to take in front of a home crowd. Jessica is strong at 125, but her IQ is still the same. When she fought Lauren Murphy, she kind of had me fooled. I know was I the only one that was fooled because she was throwing some nice punches in that fight. She was throwing some nice combinations and she was beating Lauren Murphy up. Then I remembered Lauren is very stationary. Lauren Murphy is very stationary and not really moving like that. then she fights Aaron, and I'm like, I couldn't pick Jessica in that fight. I was like, I don't know if she's gonna step up to this next level and be able to shut down like a takedown, because even Valentina was shutting her down. So yeah, I think Jasmine's got this one in the bag, and she's got to make it happen. She's got to go in there and make it happen, make a big statement. And I think she will. I think she will be victorious in this one. I'm gonna pick her probably by a stoppage. This is the earliest I ever picked too, right? Ain't this the earliest I ever picked? This is one I'm gonna go ahead and pick early, because I already learned my lesson about picking against Jasmine. I picked against Jasmine in the Natalia Silva fight. That was good. I didn't pick against her in Priscilla Cachoeira's fight, though. I did pick Jasmine. I picked against her in the Miranda fight. And yeah, she got some work in that fight too. So I think looking at, Jasmine, she's like big, long, durable, and she's got the ground game. So that's everything that Jessica can't stand right now. Jessica's ground game is non-existent. Non-existent. Yeah, if you feed her a chin, she'll knock you out. No doubt she will knock you out. But other than that, she's not really one to submit you. Since Lamos, don't throw that Lamos stuff at me. All right, look, I know she submitted Lamos, but hey, man, that Lamos fight was. Do I still got that picture somewhere? Do y'all know what fight I'm talking about? Did y'all see that one? Andrade versus Lamos. I think I picked Lamos in that fight too. I don't think I have that picture up here anymore. But let me see. Y'all know what I'm talking about when Lamos got submitted. That was a standing choke. Hold on. I'm going to show it to y'all, just in case y'all missed it. Lamos Andrade. So yeah, this is a good promotional fight I think this is more good promotion for Jasmine. Not really a good step up as far as skills, but it probably will force her to fight. It will force her to fight. It will force her to stay into that striking mode, like, long jab, long right hand, fight off the back foot a little bit, show who's a stronger fighter. So she'll learn a little something from it, because, Jessica is a former champion. I won't tear it down completely, because this is a former champion for Jasmine. So early pick, I'm picking Jasmine. Like, who do y'all got? I'm going to go ahead and ask now, early pick from 2 or 3 months away from this fight, but this ain't a hard one to break down. This ain't Natalia Silva versus Alexa Grasso. Who do y'all got? Simple as that. It's about to be a beatdown. A beatdown either way. But I mostly have Jessica winning. Excuse me, Jasmine winning by beatdown. Hold on. I'm drinking something right now. Drinking my smoothie. Yo, what's up, BJ? BJ said Andrade. Okay, Claude said Jasmine gets the W. Easy said this is Jasmine's chance to get another name under her belt. Yep. Jasmine all day. Okay. Dang, ain't nobody picking Andrade. Come on now. Y'all picked Andrade against Aaron. BJ, you picked. BJ did pick Andrade. He did pick Andrade. Okay. BJ, you trying to get your feelings hurt. You picked Andrade against Aaron, and man, you saw what happened. You picked Andrade against Natalia Silva, man. You picked, I believe you did, right? You picked Andrade to knock out Natalia Silva. I think you did. I don't know. I'm just saying. I know you picked her, but I don't know how, what fashion. Okay. So let's see. Moving on. Let's talk about some of these fights this weekend we got coming up, because I haven't really discussed any of them. Hold on. Ravioli said Jasmine's too big and too strong for Andrade. Yeah. G-Frame said I picked Aaron by head kick against Andrade. He said if Jasmine can also win the popularity contest, she'll get fast track another UFC these days. Yeah, she's getting pushed, because you see her opponent, they didn't even have Andrade there. They was just like, hey, look at me, Jasmine. I was like they know like Andrade is somewhat of a name, but they didn't even take the effort to bring her out there, which was crazy. So it's straight up Jasmine promotion, because this is her 5th fight on such a quick, turnaround schedule too. So they know what they're doing. All right, so let's see. Fight week. I haven't even talked about this fight. I keep trying to come around to talk about this fight, and it's no offense to the fighters either. I just been busy, man, and every time I forget about it, like I'm not forgetting about it because I don't like these fighters. I just keep forgetting. There's so many other fights that I was thinking about, and I've been busy, man. So right when I'm about to, do my pick on this fight or just a mini breakdown, I forget about it. It's my fault. My fault. So yeah, you got these 2 unranked fighters. Again, you got Montana De La Rosa taking on Luana Carolina. This will be Luana Carolina's, let's see, her first fight this year. Yeah, of course, her first fight is March. She fought 2 times in 2024. She's won 2 fights. Won them both. 2023, she won a fight. Lost a close fight to JoJo before that. So, yeah, she's won her last 3 fights. So, Luana Carolina's been looking a little bit sharper. Kind of surprised us getting a finish over Julia Stoyarenko. She beats Ivana Petrovic, a newcomer. Then she beats the returning Lucia Pudilova, who's gone again. So, those right there are pretty decent names for her level. So, her going in there with somebody against Montana, I don't think this is like something she's never seen before. So, when I look at somebody like Montana De La Rosa, I don't really see her as like this huge threat to her. There are some things Montana does that can offset her, like, strictly making this a ground fight. But that's all. And if Montana is confident in herself, if she is confident in what she does and she's confident in letting her hands go, yeah, she could make it interesting. But I just think, this awkward style of Luana Carolina, it plays a factor in how she's still hanging on, like kind of like Angela Hill without the volume. She's more just awkward on the feet. That kind of frustrates a lot of these girls. And she doesn't really hit hard, but it's just the way she moves and the way she'll clinch you and throw these knees to the body. So if Montana kind of falls into this striking game, she could fail. Like, I think Montana's game has to be back to her basics. She's got to punch her way in, strike her way in, and wrestle it to the ground and get this, keep this fight on the ground. Because this is striker versus wrestler. We can say, yeah, okay, I say Montana has more power and she can hit harder probably because she'll sit down on her punches. But when it comes to footwork, she don't have footwork like that. I think the better striker, of course, is Luana Carolina. It would be wiser for her to stay on her feet here, So I think, this is a fight where you have striker versus wrestler. And I think the person with better footwork and is able to keep range, they'll be able to win this fight. Montana, she's going to have to keep the range that she wants. And I think that's mid-range and close range against the cage. She don't need to spend hours. Excuse me. She'll need to spend rounds, just trying to stay mid-range, trying to box with this girl. There's got to be like a setup. There's got to be a goal with her jab, like to jab her way in and then take this girl down. Luana Carolina's takedown defense has gotten better, though, in my opinion. It really has. I think it's gotten better in her last couple of fights. And this level of a fighter in Montana, I don't really think poses like this huge ground threat at this point. This one is really up in the air. It really is, because I think both of these girls are really trying to fight just to stay afloat, especially Montana right now. At least Luana Carolina is on a 3-fight win streak. Montana just broke a 3-fight losing streak with revenge against Andrea Lee. And that fight was close. She already lost to JJ, Suarez, Barber. And before that, she had beat her last brutal win was Lipsky. That was like 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago. Dang. And that's where styles make fights, man. Lipsky loses to Montana, but Lipsky plays the slot machine with Luana Carolina's leg and wins big. So, I mean, we can base it off of that, or we can base it off of improvements. I think I'm gonna pick. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Luana Carolina. I'm sorry. I think her awkwardness is gonna be a problem for 3 rounds. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. I ain't putting no money or nothing. BJ said Montana is about to maul this girl. Montana knows Luana doesn't have a ground game. She's gonna exploit that. Montana loses more to more well-rounded fighters. Don't let that 3-fight streak. Oh, fool me. Carolina was fighting the other clan. That's right. You know, that is a good point. I don't know. Okay. This is okay. Look, this is it. This is my final. This is my final time I might pick Montana. I think I'm gonna pick Montana. Okay, Montana. I'm gonna go with Montana. Don't make me regret this. I'm gonna go with Montana. I am gonna go with Montana. If she loses, look, easy, BJ, any of y'all picking Montana. If she loses this fight, okay, look, if she loses this fight, y'all can't tell me nothing anymore. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna pick Montana because I think she has some toughness in her. You know, she's been in there with some tougher opponents. Okay. But I don't want to hear Jack. If she loses this fight, I think I'm gonna block y'all for at least 24 hours. No, it ain't that harsh. It ain't that harsh. I'm just playing. Because this is unranked fight. We just having fun. We just having fun. I'm just joking, man. I'm just playing. Montana, it's not that bad. But she can't lose this fight, man. You can't tell me nothing after that. Don't tell me nothing about Montana anymore if she loses this fight. I do think Montana has the skills to win this fight. It's all about if she uses it, which leads me to another fighter that doesn't really use their best. And that's Andrea Lee. I know, look, we give Andrea Lee a lot of hate over here, man. But we give it to her for good reason, right? We give it to her for good reason. I mean, it ain't like I'm hating on her because of I don't like the fighter. I'm judging it off of what she's not doing in there. And what she has is not being used to the best of her ability. Like JJ at this point, I think JJ could school her. But the thing is, like, I'll say this. Andrea Lee, as a flyweight, when she first came into the game, she had way more tools than JJ Aldrich. Am I lying on that? You know that too, right, BJ? Like, Andrea Lee had way more tools. That's why she was ranked high at a time, because I thought she had a lot of good tools. Even like her body frame and her physique was good for the division. Like the way she was built. Like I said, okay, Andrea Lee is like a solid flyweight. You know, she's long. You know, she's kind of muscular. Like she's not really like too wiry and thin. Like you know, she's solid. You know, and I always saw her stance too, the way she threw her jab. I was like, okay, this girl's got a good jab. You know, she's got good movement, good head movement, good ground game. Like a lot of good things that she had come into the game having. You know, she already had a lot of things before she came into the UFC from, you know, her LFA days and Invicta, right? But since then, like, she just wasn't putting any of that stuff together. I don't know if it was like her team, which I probably think I think it was a team. You know, some of the guys that she's been with, I guess they've been her boyfriends and her trainers. They haven't been like the best to her. You know, I mean, hey, what can we say? I mean, that's who you pick. That's who you pick. But if that's who's influencing your career, hey, look out. You know, I think that's one of her downfalls. Because again, I give her full credit, like on her kickboxing, her jab, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. It was just never. I don't think any of that stuff was really like fed right. I don't think any of that stuff was fed right. That's why she's kind of falling. And you can't say I'm hating or making this stuff up, because I mean, a record of 5 fights in a row, 5 L's in a row. I mean, that pretty much says it, right? And before that, I told you why she lost them other fights. Well, I did think she went. The last fight, I think she convincingly won. That she was robbed of was the Lauren Murphy fight. Okay, Lauren Murphy fight, I do think she won that fight. But all the other fights, she was getting rocked. Roxanne took her to the woodshed like a grandma should, 2 times. I mean, she straight up mamaed her 2 times. 2 times, right? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, she could never beat Roxanne. And that just shows you, like, other girls went through Roxanne. Viviana Araujo, Tyler Santos. They did it 1 time, but Andrea Lee struggled with her 2 times. And that's when I just said, like, her skills are, like, really not being fed. Like, they're really not being catered to. Because she's young. She was young, athletic, everything on her side to be a good fighter, in my opinion. But somewhere along the line, it just didn't go that way, man, unfortunately. 36 years old, 5 losses in a row. What's going to happen? I didn't, look, I was happy for her when she did get her wins back. She beat Antonina Shevchenko. I picked her in that fight. I picked Andrea Lee against Cynthia Calvillo. I picked her in both of those fights. I picked her in both those fights because I knew she had the skills to do it. I was surprised she finished them. I really was, But as soon as Araujo was back in business, I was like, Araujo got this. Another fight I would say that was close, that some argue she won, was the Macy fight. So really going into this fight, when I look at JJ Aldrich, I see JJ's improved in all the right places. I think her boxing's better. She's more committed now. Over the past few years, she was a little stingy with her jab and her counter punching, but she's been letting her hands go. And she's got a pretty good top position, I think, whenever she's in girls' guards, when she's going for her takedowns. I think JJ is a little bit more fierce now. Like, she's been opening up some more. Like, just watching her train in her last couple performances, even against Montana, she knows how to handle taller girls and bigger girls. She's always been kind of outsized, so I think JJ, even though she hasn't fought since, last May, about 10 months out, she lost to Veronica Hardy. She still shows some good things in there. Leon Nas, she got her out of there because she was like, okay, this girl don't belong in there with me. Montana, she did convincingly beat her. She's really only lost to, like, good fighters that I could say, okay, I can understand why she lost to. Like, she lost to Lipsky. She was finished by Aaron Blanchfield, finished by Macy Barber. Okay, I understand those levels. There's levels to it. Andrea Lee has always been kind of a question mark, man. It's always like, what's up? Like, you shouldn't be losing this fight, especially with the way you represented LFA and then you were, ranked for so long. I just don't get it. I'm going to go with JJ, though. I'm going to go with JJ in this one. Easy said Roxy has already had a very good ground game. Oh, yeah. Definitely ain't knocking her ground game. Dynamic instability. What's up? Said super excited to see JJ. Yeah, JJ, I am a fan of JJ, and I am picking her in this fight. I do like JJ's fighting style. Definitely picking her in this fight. I think she's kind of hitting her second win in the UFC, because now it's all or nothing. It really is all or nothing now. For both of them right now. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think they cut Andrea Lee after this one? Because that'll be 6 losses in a row. Have they ever kept anybody past 6 losses or past 5 losses? Who keeps up with stats like that? I don't keep up with stats like that. Sorry, I'm drinking something. Sorry. This smoothie is good. Excuse me. Okay. There's a link right there for some Crow. Easy. Dynamic said, I'm surprised she's still in the UFC. I am too. Believe me, I thought she was going to be gone after 4. And I'm not trying to be mean. But 5, and then 6, she get another fight. Okay, Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson? Has he gone on a 6-fight losing streak? Oh, yeah. Alvey was on like a 9. That's right. He was on like an 8 or 9 loss. That's right. I know somebody was coming to my mind. I was like, who is it? I was like, who is it? It was somebody that was like a 7-8 fight losing streak. Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, he might not be on that many of a loss streak, right? His just looked so bad. Like when Michael Chandler knocked him out, that one counted for like 5 losses, right? Oh, snap. It is that bad. It's 7. Oh goodness, it's terrible. Where have I been, man? I thought he at least got one of them victories in there. Good gravy, Dana. What are you doing this to him, man? Y'all keep come on. Give him a soft touch, man. Give him somebody he can beat. First, y'all give him Gaethje, then Oliveira. Then you give him Darius, Chandler, Nate Diaz, Bobby Green, Patty Pimblett, Michael Chase. You gave him all them people. Y'all trying to kill him. At least in boxing, you get a soft touch every now and then, but wow. Dynamic say at least there's some split decision losses. Yeah, at least you talking about Andrea Lee, right? Yeah, Andrea Lee, at least there's some split decision losses in there, but with Tony Ferguson, there's a lot of beatdowns. That's the thing about MMA. It's different than boxing. At least boxing, you can like take a tune-up fight, but no, you're gonna be fighting. If you rank number 2 or 3, you're gonna be fighting the best fighter. So that's what they do. Hey, Gabriella, what's up? She said trade Lee for Dakota all day. But you know they ain't doing that. PFL, they are not doing that. All right, y'all, I'm about to have Easy come up in here real quick because he's got some explaining to do. Give me 1 second. I gotta get a napkin. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, y'all. So straight out of Compton, I got Easy E on the mic. What's going on?
Yo. What's up, Combo? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. Hey, if Wei Lee's watching, I just want to say, hey, Wei Lee, congratulations. I was just playing, girl.
That's how you there you go. That's how you start. Because Easy, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I was in the comment section one night while I was talking, and I saw your comment in bold letters. You said Wei Lee was overrated. I said, please don't say that, Easy. I didn't say nothing that night, but I was like,
but you know what? I did feel that for real. I mean, I can't really say she's overrated now. Because she just totally neutralized Suarez. Man. But I have selective memory sometimes, and I have to remember that Wei Lee has been proven to be very, very good when it comes to scrambling, when it comes to wrestling and people actually being able to hold her down on the ground. She doesn't really allow it. So I thought Suarez could neutralize that part, but when she couldn't, I was like, oh, this is going to be a long night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when she couldn't, like, the first round is when I said, this ain't happening, because Suarez got the takedown, but she struggled to keep it. Did you see the look on her face?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, I knew early on, this is not going to look good.
She kept trying to pass guard, right? Every time she kept trying to pass guard, like Wei Lee's leg would just tie her up. And Suarez just had this face like, I cannot move this girl.
And I'm probably going to make a very poor Bruce Lee reference here, but Wei Lee was essentially water in there, like Bruce was talking about. I'm like, man, she just flowed.
She was. Like, I really thought like it was gonna be two scenarios: Whaley by decision somehow, or Suarez just pulling Whaley into her game and drowning her. But she was in Suarez's water. Like, hey, I'm chilling. She was having fun.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight for what it was. Even though I do have to eat a little crow up here, man, I was talking about Whaley was gonna get fraud checked and all that. I mean, listen, I believed it because I mean, I'm not gonna even lie. I was one of the people saying that she was an uncrowned champ. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
I was proved wrong. So that's how it goes sometimes. But I really had that belief in her, man.
I did too. I did too. Like, how would that be for me? Been following this girl since the Tough House, and then all of a sudden I just say, "Nah, Whaley gonna beat her." Like,
right?
I believed in her style. I believed in her as a fighter because I followed her longer than people follow Whaley.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so I thought that okay, with her wrestling, years and years of wrestling, even Whaley said it herself. Like, and maybe that was a sign that Whaley been watching because she was like. Suarez been wrestling since she was a baby. She said it. She was like a little baby wrestler, So they knew what the assignment was. So that right there kind of showed me that, okay, Whaley might have something up her sleeve. But still, I was like, look, I'm keeping my energy with Suarez. I said Suarez going to be a champion. So I kept it there. When it came down to it, I said, I'm going to rock with this girl. I believed in her wrestling. And I thought she was going to do it.
Yeah. My thing is, I mean, Tatiana never really tried to strike with Whaley at all. That was the more surprising thing to me. I think she thought that she was just gonna maul Whaley on the ground. It would have been a more interesting fight if she, kind of mixed it up a little bit and just gave Whaley some looks. She didn't really give her anything to, watch out for.
Right. That's what I was worried about going into this fight. I was like, are they going to spend more time just looking for more ways to maul Whaley and wrestle her? Or are they going to work on their footwork in this fight?
Right. And even I'm gonna put it on the team too, because it's like they had no backup plan for if keeping Whaley on the ground was not going to work. They had no backup plan because maybe in round one, definitely by round two, you got to know, hey, we got to do something different. And they just didn't seem to, know that, man. It's like, where's plan number two? I don't see it.
What's crazy is even Carla got in some hard jabs on Whaley.
Yeah.
When I was watching that, I was like, even this little girl got in some hard jabs, but I can't remember what part of the first round, but there was some more like reactions from Suarez where she got stung a couple of times and I saw her eyes just kind of light up and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, I didn't even say it in the live that night, but I was like, this ain't happening. I was like, I called it like in the first round, like in my mind, I was like, I don't think she's going to be able to stand with her for even like long enough to get like, even get a couple of her own shots off. She's not going to do it because Whaley was hitting her with like a right left hook combination, or then she would just hit her with a right hand. And, Suarez, her reaction was just like to back up,
Right. It was wild. And I didn't expect that because I really thought that Tatiana was going to go in there and try to mix it up, which she didn't do. And I mean, Whaley, it's like they knew that's the only thing that they trained was trying to take her down. It's like she saw it coming a mile away. And I'm like from the opening round, I was like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah. I think with the way Whaley trained for this fight, it really separates her from anybody from the strawweight division, in my opinion. Now.
Yes. Wei Lee trains like a beast, man.
Yeah.
A beast. I mean, and she's a female. I know most males that can't do stuff that Wei Lee do.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think between her and Valentina, they put some of the men to shame, because even whenever she came in with her no water rule, some of the dudes, but they were shocked.
Yeah.
They was like, "Nah, I need my water." They was like, "She said no water." I was like, "No, man. Like to be a champion, you need to put that water, that desire aside, and get your butt kicked." You know. So I kind of I put them two on like their own little pedestal and where they train. But let me ask you this, man. Like, with all the people attacking and hitting you, man, like, what do you got to tell them though? I mean, I know, look, you did say she was overrated, but there's a lot of people that were coming at me too. And I told them, look, I know what Wei Lee's capable of, but y'all just don't want to hear me out. And like, now everybody's an expert all of a sudden. I'm like, okay.
And you know, I'm a fan first, never claim to be an expert. Sometimes you get them wrong. Sometimes you get caught up in the belief of your favorite fighters. You know, it happens. You know, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, man. It's just MMA. We not taking it serious, man. It's nothing to, you know what I'm saying, be trolling on YouTube about. We not taking it to the streets or nothing like that. We just in here having some fun, talking some fights, man.
Right. Yeah, because, man, like, I had people in the comments, I thought it was cool, man. And I was like, dang, man, just because I ain't picking your girl, you won't call me this now? I'm like, hey, I thought it was
it's
cool.
Not that
like,
serious.
Yeah, I was like, you act like you in her corner that night. I was like, you ain't calling nobody. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Somebody else clicked on the link. I gotta.
Let's go. I hadn't been on in a minute.
I got BJ De La Rosa in the building.
Since we talk,
BJ, what up, BJ?
What's up? Who is that combo?
Oh, that's Easy, man.
Oh, Easy, what's popping, dude?
What's up, BJ?
Oh, I've never heard your voice till right now.
Yeah, really? I was on live a while ago, man, but this is my second time doing it.
What's up, Easy E?
Yeah, what's up with you, BJ?
Hey, man, listen, that Tatiana. Can y'all hear me clear?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man. That Tatiana Suarez crow was hard to swallow, man. But this is the thing that I took away from that fight. I know we've already talked about this combo, but that's what y'all are talking about. I took away from it that, for one, her striking IQ. But Tatiana has found a way to mask it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we called her the female Khabib, but this is the difference between Tatiana Suarez and Khabib. Khabib actually had IQ on the feet. You know what I'm saying? Khabib had the confidence to stand in front of people like Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor and stuff like that and throw his punches and land his punches. You know what I'm saying? Khabib had a very sneaky jab. He had and DC taught him that, because before he started training with DC, you didn't see Khabib throwing a jab. When DC got in there with him, you know, and started training with him, then you saw Khabib throwing a nice sneaky jab, and he was able to hide that big overhand right. Them use against Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, drop Conor with that thing.
Oh yeah. The thing about Tatiana Suarez, however, she don't have that. I think that she don't have that striking IQ. She don't have that confidence in her hands, really, and she's been able to mask it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something I was gonna ask you, BJ. I'm like, do you think it's just because she's just not confident in her hands? It's like,
I don't think, I honestly don't think she's confident in her hands, because Tatiana Suarez will throw a kick before she throws a punch. Like, now that I'm thinking back, hindsight is 2020. Suarez rarely ever throws a punch.
Yeah,
you know
she does throw a lot of kicks, a lot of leg.
She throws a lot of kicks. Yeah, you can't kick forever, man. And another thing too, Suarez don't like to get hit. Some fighters don't like to get hit, and Suarez is two fighters that I know for sure that don't like to get hit.
I know one in boxing, Amir Khan.
Oh yeah.
Valentina don't like to get hit.
Right.
Valentina do not like to get hit. Amanda Nunes don't like to get hit. and Tatiana Suarez does not like to get hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe that's what these, some of these girls like that are afraid of. But man,
they'll be like, how dare you hit me that hard in the face?
Yeah.
What a letdown, man.
Let
What
me
a
ask you this, BJ, about her like not being confident in her hands. Do you think it's that she's not comfortable throwing hands, or do you think she's not with the right people to make her want to fight with her hands?
I think it's maybe a slight combination of both. I think the lesser of the both being that she's not with the right people, because Patchy Mix throws hands. You know what I'm saying? So I know. I don't want to say that's the issue. I just think that Suarez it's like a speed thing. Like when she does throw punches, they're not that fast. They're not that crisp. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in the comment section said, she punches like a wrestler. No, she doesn't. She does not punch like a wrestler. Misha Tate punches like a wrestler. That's how wrestlers punch. Juliana Pena punches like a wrestler. That's how wrestlers punch. Tatiana Suarez, and however, does not punch like a wrestler. Like you don't see that power from you don't see Tatiana being. She doesn't look confident. She did, like I said, she did against Jessica Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of fooled us a little bit in the fight with Jessica Andrade.
She fooled me a lot.
She looked big and confident, man, in that jab in that fight, man. And then I'm thinking, if she can come out like that with that jab,
I thought it was gonna be much better.
Bruh, that jab was non-existent.
It wasn't there, man.
That jab was not there. I didn't see one jab from Suarez in that fight.
Because I'm thinking she could probably neutralize Weili by keeping her outside with that jab. Weili's short. If she can't get in, it's like you can school her all night from the outside.
Hey, you might be onto something too, though, BJ, about her like not being comfortable, because even before Mackenzie Dern knew how to throw a punch, that girl was throwing punches.
Oh, wee.
She was swinging. She'd be swinging for the fences. She'd be swinging.
And that's because she had because it didn't matter. She was confident in the punches. She knew she had pop in her punches. So Mackenzie Dern was like, I'm a swing.
Mackenzie Dern said, look, I knocked out some girls at the club before. I'm gonna knock you out, So she
yeah.
So that leads
she was like when Rocky got old and his trainer told him, you too old, man, to move around. You got to use these hurting bombs now.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I hate this. I can't be on here for long, but I hate to really say this though. Okay. The blueprint is out on how to beat Suarez.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's one reason why I said Joanna would always beat her. I think she could have beat Rose, but style-wise, I think Joanna would have beat Tatiana before.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think
the hands way too much.
Yeah, the hands and like just her volume would be too much. Like it's too much to think about, and she's not really a fighter that knows how to adapt on the feet. Rose knew how to adapt. Rose knew how to adapt against Joanna because she's a striker. But had she been fighting like Joanna, like just straight up volume for 5 rounds, no, she probably wouldn't have got knocked out. She would have got like lopsided.
TKO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably a lopsided UD.
Yeah.
But Jillian Robinson got better hands than Suarez.
Oh, wow.
I just got to be real with it, because
he got a point. Hey, did you see her last fight? Yo,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Clean with it too.
Jillian Robinson throwing these combinations and ending them with these head kicks. You know what I'm saying?
Clean with it.
Jillian flicking these head kicks. You see that elbow off the clinch? That Jillian's like, yo. Jillian starting to put it together.
PJ.
Yeah, Jillian if Jillian can keep putting it together, we got something on our hands here. But Suarez, I don't ever see Jillian falling that flat in a fight like that. I don't ever see her striking falling that flat ever. Like that was flat. Like she fell flat. Like Suarez, by round 3, every bit of confidence that Suarez came into that fight with was gone.
Yeah.
It was gone. She coasted through rounds 3, 4, and 5. She just went through the motions in rounds 3, 4, and 5 because she was like, I can't take this girl down. I can't hold this girl down. I'm getting tired. I've never fought 5 rounds before.
Almost like she was just accepting it, man.
Yeah, she just like accepted it, man. And I never thought I would see Suarez break like that. But what's can be interesting about this? What can be interesting about this whole thing is if Suarez comes back better, but she's gonna have to do something. She's gonna have to go somewhere. She needs to go to Thailand. Because if she can go to Thailand and pull a Khalil Roundtree on us, you know what I'm saying? Like if you could come back looking like you've been training Muay Thai your whole life, you know, like because Khalil Roundtree went to Thailand and came back looking like he was looking like John Wayne Paul. What's the dude? Is that his name? John Wayne Paul? Somebody who been doing Muay Thai their entire life. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just you know what I'm saying? Now he came back looking like that. Like maybe that's where Suarez need to go. I mean, Casey O'Neill went over there and trained in Thailand, and you see how she came back. You know, coming back with that volume and that pressure. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it can work.
Yeah, man, they gonna get you right in Thailand, man. You're gonna have to learn how to lose over there.
But one thing about Thailand, you know, people just think you go to Thailand and you learn a few lessons and you come back. No, they break you down in Thailand.
Exactly.
They break everything about you down to nothing, and then they build you back up. It's kind of like the military over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see these big fighters. I mean, these big changes in some of these fighters that go to Thailand and come back. You know what I'm saying? They're so much different. Their stances are different. How they throw their punches is different. It's because what was old has been stripped away from them and they've been taught a whole new system. That's why I said a lot of
that's part of why Val is so successful in martial arts at her age too, is all that training she does in Thailand, man. It's different over there.
Yes, Six McLovin Kick said Jasmine was training in Thailand. Yes, she did. Jasmine Jazdavicius. And you've seen a lot more volume. You've seen a lot more technique and a lot more precision. Jasmine still ain't got no power, but you've seen a lot more, you know what I'm saying? She was putting them little punches, them little pitter-patter pillow punches together in her last fight. You know, I'm like, okay, Jasmine.
It makes you a different fighter.
Still working.
Yeah, it makes you a different fighter. Because like you go through a training camp in Thailand, you come out you ready to, you know what I'm saying? You done been through the belly of the beast pretty much, man. You ready to face anything in the UFC.
Yeah. No, you're right, dude.
Yeah, Tatiana need two things. She definitely need that Thailand work, but she need to get with some of these boxers over here too, man, because she needs that timing, man. She needs that like twitch look, that twitch feint or something.
Man. If she didn't have the basics, man, it'll be blasphemy to her height.
Right.
Yeah.
Look how tall and long she is, and she's just not like using this. Like she's always hunched over and always predictable to know what she's gonna go for. But you're not getting like a long shotgun jab at this girl.
Right.
Oh God, Tatiana, a long shotgun jab from Tatiana could be nasty, bro.
Look at Pena's. Like you hear me bringing up Pena's jab because I just been looking at Pena's jab, and I was looking at what it was doing to Amanda in that fight. Like.
That's a stiff jab, though, man.
Amanda looked like she had a headache after the first round, man. I just like her, the way her eyes were looking, and the way
people give Juliana a lot of crap about her boxing, but that jab is, boy, one of the stiffest things I ever seen. It's like stone.
It's stone.
Tatiana need to get with that. She need to get with it, dog. I mean, that's the only solution.
Hey, PJ, make the call for her, man. Make the call. Go call Pena and say, hey, Suarez need that jab, man.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. She needed to, because look how good that jab, I'm be honest with you, that jab won Juju the Ultimate Fighter. Think about it. That jab that Juliana Pena taught Juju won her the Ultimate Fighter. And then what happened? She abandoned it in the UFC. Juju abandoned the striking that Pena taught her in the UFC, and that's why she's on a 2-fight losing streak. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, dude, when you're a grappler, man, that's the jab should be your best friend. Look, it should look at Kamal Usman knocked out Gilbert Burns with a jab. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kamal Usman who else? Daniel Cormier, Khabib, Juliana Pena, like a good, and especially if you got the length, if you got the reach and you got the range, put that as a wrestler, put that damn jab out there. Why you think Michael Chandler getting beat up? He ain't got no jab. And I'm not saying it's just. I'm not saying it's just the jab. Like, oh, if they incorporate a jab, they'll be a world champion. That's not what I'm saying. But it'll set up everything. Tatiana shot a lot of blind takedowns in that fight.
Yep. You can't do that. It's like if you notice any of the greatest champions that were wrestlers, they always utilize that jab to set up takedowns. Look at especially GSP. You know what I'm saying? GSP was never. He was a good striker, but he was never known for it. He would hit you with that jab and take you down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because
that's all you got to do. Just blind. Exactly. Just blind.
Yeah. GSP would snap your head back with a jab.
Yeah.
And by the time your head came back forward, he was already on your hips.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, that's the truth. That's how it was. Like, he would snap your head back. By the time your head came back forward, he was on your hips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, and coming from somebody who wrestled in high school, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can, in wrestling, you couldn't throw a jab like that. You know what I'm saying? You had to rely on speed to get to the hips. But if you could distract somebody with a hard punch, like, it's, I'm thinking, damn, if I could have punched a few of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I could have punched a few of these dudes, it'd have made it easier for me to get to their hips. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big dude. I'm a big man. You know what I'm saying? So changing levels like that required a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with them little old gloves and you getting hit square in your nose too. If anybody that ever been hit square in the nose, they know how bad that hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this before I get off, Combo, because I gotta go. But seeing how Suarez looked in that fight makes me appreciate people like and you can say what you want to say about him. You can say what you want to say about him. But that makes me appreciate people like Mackenzie Dern. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can say what you want to say about it because we're talking about, she didn't do this and that. Makes me appreciate Mackenzie Dern because Mackenzie Dern gonna throw that leather. Period. She gonna go for the takedown. She gonna try to do her little jujitsu la-di-da thing. But Mackenzie Dern gonna sue. She ain't lacking in that. She ain't lacking in it. Yeah, she can tighten up here. She can do this better. She can chain it together better. Whatever. But Mackenzie Dern
always has a take your head off option.
Yeah, she gonna throw that leather. Period. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
But shoot, man,
can I knock this girl out? Let's
somebody asked me like about Suarez, like where's she gonna go now? Like, do you think she has enough time to make these improvements?
She's saying she wants her. She got a small injury on her knee. She said once that gets better, she's jumping right back in. So,
okay,
it's time for that Mackenzie. It's time for that Mackenzie Dern fight. I mean,
it is.
It's time for that Mackenzie Dern fight.
That's the thing that always worries me about Suarez is these injuries, man. I mean, I think if it wasn't for these injuries, man, we would have seen the very best of Tatiana. I don't think we're seeing the very best of her, man. She's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been injured a lot, man. And I think they should have made her versus Dern like a 5-round main event. They could have headlined. Dern versus Suarez could have headlined a fight night card, or Dern versus Jandiroba could have headlined for 5 rounds. Most definitely could have headlined a fight night card. Them doing that switcheroo, as excited as I was as a Suarez fan, now that I look back on it, that was detrimental. They should have kept that Verna Jandiroba fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that Verna fight. I really did.
I did
because I really would rather see this happen in a non-title fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I would. So by the time Suarez did, by the time she does get her title shot, she would have been 1,000,000% ready.
Yeah, you got the casual peanut gallery talking about, oh, Suarez has been exposed and all of that bull, you know.
I mean, in a way, she kind of has. In a way,
Yeah.
like I said, in a way, she's kind of has been exposed, because you think that somebody like Mackenzie Dern ain't gonna pounce on her, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I mean, dude, I'm just being real. You think, dude, Mackenzie Dern is probably chomping at the bit to say, I want to fight Tatiana Suarez.
Oh, she was.
Boy, like a shark. Boy, when somebody drops some hamburger meat in the water with sharks.
Yeah, because Mackenzie Dern, for one, she's a very opportunistic fighter.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, she's very opportunistic. She'll take it. She'll take the fight. And for two, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mackenzie Dern, dude, like, it's something about Dern, man. Like, I feel like she puts on this smiling ass face. You know what I'm saying? She always smiling, trying to shake your hand. But Mackenzie Dern is a dangerous ass fighter. Yeah. Like, that's a dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Is she a champion?
Is she a champion? She can be. She can be a champion. But it's hard to say, because like when Dern looks good, when she looks good, she looks like a champion. When she looks bad, she looks like it's real bad. It's real bad when it's bad. But when it's good, it's like, damn, she looked good. Like in that Loopy fight, I'm like, damn, she boxed Loopy up. Like, she beat Loopy up so bad on the feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, her striking looked great in that Loopy fight. But then you go back to the Amanda Lemos fight, and you go back to the Jessica Andrade fight, and it's like her striking was looking. Her striking didn't look. First of all, in the Andrade fight, it didn't look bad. She just kept getting caught. You know what I'm saying? But in the Lemos fight, like, her boxing wasn't there. You know, it didn't look that good in the Lemos fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in the Angela Hill fight, she was putting that leather on Angela Hill. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's what I didn't see coming. I'm like, Angie, what you doing?
She was putting that. Angela Hill didn't have the firepower to get Mackenzie Dern off of it, dude. Like, she didn't have it. You know, I mean,
and Dern was going through that divorce too, man. That's when she was going through that divorce.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta hit Mackenzie Dern to stop her from coming towards you. That chin is suspect. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't catch that chin, if you don't stop her, she's gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Dern, bro. I love it. But Suarez, I'm hoping that Suarez fixed the problem. Listen, Suarez is smart. She's been in this game for a long time. I'm sure she's watched the fight. I'm sure that Patchy's talked to her. I'm sure whoever's talked to her about the fight. She got to fix some holes, man. If she want to get better, if she wants to be champion, she got to fix those holes. And I'm pretty sure Tatiana Suarez will do that. But the thing is, I get it with Suarez. We're beating so many. Yeah, dude. And that fight right there. Like, thank you, Combo, for putting that up there. Mackenzie Dern beat that ass. But you know, Suarez knows, dude. She knows what she has to do. But she hid it for so long. And if it ain't, you know, and I guess the term, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? But she hid that hole for so long, because her wrestling was just so dominant. You know what I'm saying? Her wrestling and stuff was so dominant, and she was able to hide that hole. You know what I'm saying? But and now the Weili dug that hole up. Weili dug that hole up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, going back to your question,
what do you think is next for?
Oh, hold on, real quick. I was going to say,
Combo had a question.
If she could be champion, I think Dern could be if Weili wasn't there anymore. I got to say it like that, because I'm not picking against Weili anymore right now, because Weili in this division, Weili in this division, I think she pretty much owns it. You know, with everybody.
We need Rose to come back, don't we?
Everybody she's beating, everybody she's fought, and the way she's evolving right now, like, I think Weili is pretty much own it until she moves up.
Come on back, Rose.
Weili is.
Come on back down, Rose.
Hey, Rose might as well come back down, because I don't think. Rose
stop eating all them donuts, Rose. Come on back down.
Yeah, because she ain't gonna touch flyweight champion.
No, Weili has improved. She's improved so much. Like, Weili has evolved and just, you know what I'm saying? Weili got thrown into nothing but title fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got thrown into nothing but high profile fights, man. And it's sink or swim for Zhang Weili, and she's swimming, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, they threw her in that title fight with Andrade, man, and she got it done. And she ain't been far from a title fight ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like Zhang Wei Li, the real life Mulan, man. That's who she is. That's what I see. Dude, that's what I see when I look at her. I'm like, yo, that's the real life Mulan. She out there ninjaing these bitches, man. Like, excuse my language, but she out there ninjaing them girls, man. Like them girls can't mess with her right now.
So I think what the play is gonna be next for Wei Li is if Valentina can get past Manon, that's the next fight. I can't see nothing else that makes sense.
Speaking of Manon, man, listen, Manon so cold with it, dude, at that stare off.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Manon is bringing a different kind of energy, dude. Like,
hey, that reminds me of that first Grasso fight.
Yeah, like,
hey,
Manon
Valentina,
you
might go seesaw again, girl.
I don't know, dude, because Manon looked at Valentina like, oh yeah, it's time. It's time.
Did you see my comment combo? I think Valentina is so good, man. She probably gonna lose the belt to each of these new challengers and win it back.
Oh yeah.
She just gonna keep seesawing the belt until she retire.
Getting them rematches.
Yeah.
Hey, Combo, listen, man. I'm gonna listen to your podcast on that, dog. I just thought I would come through and say my piece.
Oh no, it's all good, definitely, man. But yeah, we gotta get back on again, man. When you got time, full time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. But I'm gonna say
Good
this before I go. Hey, Easy, it's good to talk to you, dude. But let me tell you this before I go. For the flyweight title fight and new, for the bantamweight title fight and still. Y'all heard what I said. Y'all heard what I said. Y'all heard exactly what I said.
Okay.
Y'all hating on the listen. The only person that I'm afraid of that Juliana Pena gonna lose to is Big Norma. If it ain't Big Norma, I ain't worried about. Definitely ain't worried about Kayla Harrison. I ain't worried about Kayla Harrison.
Oh, it's like that, BJ. Okay.
The only threat to Juliana is Big Norma, and y'all heard what I said.
Okay.
You listening, Kayla?
All right, y'all. Hey, peace out. Hey, and everybody, make sure you tune in to Montana to get this third round submission this weekend. I'm out.
All right, man.
Peace.
Okay, since he bringing that Manon fight up, man, what was your reaction to just seeing them finally get their face off, man?
Man, listen, Manon is serious business. Now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna win her the fight, but she been itching for Valentina for a long time, because remember, she was up to fight Valentina before she got hurt. So and she didn't have an opportunity for a long time because of the Grasso thing, but she been chomping at the bit for this one, man. I think that's gonna give her a little leverage, because she's just as hungry as Grasso was when she fought Valentina. Valentina, she has pardon the pun, is her nickname, but she has a new beast in front of her now.
Right. And that's my thing too, is like, I know, look, we got to respect Valentina and everything she's done, which I do. Like, Valentina got a good chance to go in there and do her thing and just possibly dominate. I know that's there, but I'm respecting the ground on Manon's side. Like, I'm watching her grow and what she's doing. And I just see a fighter that doesn't have to come in with all these accolades. Like, Grasso didn't come in there to finish Valentina with all these accolades. She just came up. She was never a strawweight champion. She worked her way up, and we all counted her out. I counted her out. But look, and what she was able to do.
What I like. You know what I like about Manon? For as much crap as I give her about certain things, Manon comes in there to prove a point.
Yeah, she does. She'll say she wants to do something, and she does it. So people might not like how she does it, but she does prove a point.
So, and I like that. I think she's gonna try to prove a point with Valentina. I don't exactly know what the game plan is and how they're gonna tackle Valentina. I mean, we pretty much know what Valentina's gonna do. She's probably gonna sit back, try to pot shot. If she thinks she can take Manon down and dominate that way, she's gonna do that. Like, for as good as Valentina is, she's very robotic. We pretty much expect what she's gonna do. It's always been with Val, what is the opponent going to do? Not what Val is going to do.
Exactly.
What is her opponent going to do?
Yeah. Because everybody was asking me, like, what is this person going to do against Grasso or against Valentina? I'm like, well, let me think. We already what's Valentina going to do? I'm like, well, Valentina, she's going to do this. We already know. But what do you think? Like, let's say if you was in Manon's corner, what would you say she's going to have to make sure she's looking out for against somebody like Valentina, though?
I would say not to fall into the trap that Valentina tries to set. Like, Valentina has the trap of trying to get you to follow her. I think the main thing Manon needs to do is lead in this fight. She needs to lead. Don't get caught up in the trap of what Val is doing, because Val is going to do her. You need to lead, because Val will suck you in and you'll never get out. And it'll like Val will dominate 3 rounds, and by the time it's round 4, and now you desperate and you got to look for something, and then Val's gonna really be on. So
it's almost like when guys were fighting Floyd, right? They were waiting.
Yeah.
They waiting, and he's taking the lead and doing his thing. It's too late. Yeah.
If you hadn't hit him in 8 rounds, you're not gonna hit him now.
Exactly. Especially when you getting hit,
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think Manon definitely has the lead in this fight. Because all of Valentina's fights, you always see everybody waiting for her.
Yes.
Lauren, Chikagan, they're always waiting for her reaction. And by the time they wait on her reaction, it's like, now that they've seen it, they're like, I don't know how to react to it.
Right.
So my thing is,
that's what Grasso did well that first fight.
Yeah.
She got in Valentina's face.
She did, yeah. Like, she put that jab in Valentina's face, like she stuffed her a couple of times.
Yeah,
and
it's
like Valentina was
pure confidence. It's like in that fight, she knew Valentina wasn't gonna be able to handle that.
Man. I would say too, man, like you saying, Valentina can be a little robotic now, especially now that she's been around so long. People could figure her out. Like, I think footwork would be big for Manon. Like, the way, even like when you watch Grasso, how she was sliding in and out. Like, Valentina wasn't picking up on that, but like Valentina was like out of range at times when she would reach, and then Grasso was there, and Grasso would crack her with that right hook, So
yeah, and see, and the thing is, Manon could have an easier time doing that just by her height alone. If you looked at that face off, man, she towers over Valentina.
Yeah, she's a big girl too, man. That's why I'm like, at some point in this fight, we got to see her like sit down.
I mean, Valentina. Hey, let's be real. Valentina then went back up to bantamweight with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. Because this girl is gonna be she ain't gonna be easy to take down. I'm gonna say that right there, because Holly, everybody brings up the Holly fight. I'm like, Manon and Holly aren't the same fighter. Like, Holly was game for takedowns. Remember, Holly was game for takedowns in that fight. After she got hit with a couple of right hooks, she was game for it. But if you look at Manon's position, it's always ready to stuff. Even the way she throws a side kick, like, she doesn't give you her whole calf in there. Like, she's giving you the ankle, so when you grab the ankle, she can twist out of it and she's gone, So
or kick you away.
Yeah, she'll kick you away, or she'll like stuff you real quick. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like, I just really think it's gonna be a fight where she has the lead, man, and like she's gotta show some of that strength that we haven't seen yet, man. Like, I thought she should have stopped Rose. I'm gonna go back to that Manon fight. Like, she should have made it was there, man. Like, if she would have stopped Rose in that fight, I think she would have made more of a statement to people,
Yeah.
Because she needs Rose in the stomach at one point, and Rose was kind of like,
that'll be hard for me to say. I saw her stopping Rose.
I saw, like, when she had her in the clinch and she caught her with a knee to the stomach, like, Rose kind of almost looked like she wanted to keel over a little bit. So had she kept doing that, she probably could have got her out of there.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying Rose can't be stopped. But yeah, I mean, maybe if she'd have got on the gas a little bit, I think with that fight, I think she wanted to prove a point that she could beat Rose at her own game, and she did that.
Yeah, which she
So
did.
I think she probably would have took the knockout if it came, but I think she was on a mission to like just prove all the doubters wrong, because like, you know, even I included, man, we had Rose going in there wiping her, man.
Yeah, there were a lot of people I know. Yeah, there was a lot of people that were picking her, and I was like, I don't think the Rose going to be able to handle this thing, you know. So yeah, that was a good point to prove. I mean, just stand up alone, and I know that was her point. Like even with Chikagan, to prove that she's got the stand up IQ.
Yeah.
So, but you know, Valentina, that's that ultimate test.
And this is what worries me too. She's used to doing that. Val is somebody you have to finish. Either by TKO, KO, submission, whatever. You have to finish a fighter like Val.
Or the best you can do is get a draw.
Yes. You have to finish her. So I don't know if I see her doing that. If she doesn't, I think it's going to be a close fight. Because Val is going to adapt to anything I think Val is going to adapt really well, but it's also going to be interesting to see what Manon does after Val adapts. It's going to be a game in there. So,
what were you surprised that Grasso was able to do against Valentina? Like, what really surprised you?
The first fight? I really wasn't surprised. I was, you know what? I was actually surprised that Grasso won by submission. I thought, and that was to Val's credit, that she didn't just go in there and let that girl whoop her. I thought if Val would have had some pride about it and continued to stand up with Grasso, I think Grasso would have KO'd her, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Grasso. Well, that was the second fight where she had her rolling, but but she did land some hard bombs on Valentina, and they kind of had Valentina out of character too in that fight.
Yeah,
you know, she low key didn't want to admit it, but we saw it. What do you think Manon has that could surprise Valentina though in this fight?
I think the biggest thing Manon has to her advantage is her length.
Okay.
If she can keep Val, I'm gonna tell you this. If she can control Val for a couple of rounds and jab her and win these striking battles, she's already lost. She's tasted that. I think Val is gonna be more aggressive, and that's probably when Manon can really start to open up. Because I know Val, she doesn't want to taste the loss again because she didn't do enough. That's just how prideful she is. So I think if Manon can control even the first round, if she can get Valentino to kind of chase her a little bit, then game on.
Yeah, I was kind of, when you mentioned chasing, I was thinking of the Jennifer Maia fight, you know, where a couple of times Jennifer Maia hit her and she would come after. So my thing is like Manon's side need to kind of set traps like that, you know, maybe take the lead, like you said, in a round. And when Val feels like she's behind, she gonna come after. And that's where you counter. You know, that's where you leave that person open for the counter hook. Because there's still one thing I had to say, like, Valentina is a smart fighter. Like, she went right back to basics with her wrestling, but changing your striking comfort zone is a little different. See, she had wrestling from day one, but the thing is, like, changing how you strike, you can't do that overnight, like, or just after a couple of fights. Like Floyd, when Floyd was this counter puncher in his later years, he wasn't going to turn into no volume punch overnight, you know, in his next fight.
And plus, you know, Floyd had he had a lot of those problems with his hands. If you can remember Floyd's early career, before he had problems with his hands, Floyd was knocking people out.
Yeah, combination puncher.
He was stopping people.
stopping dudes. Yeah. So my thing is too, like with Valentina, if like some things are changing with like her neck and her hands, like certain little injuries, like she's gonna be looking to throw the same way with the same intensity. So if Manon pulls her out that comfort zone, you know, you never know. Because I was looking at the Valentina fight, you know, the first and second fight, she was jabbing the crap out of Grasso. But the thing was, like, where's the follow-up, you know?
Right.
She was out of her comfort zone, jabbing Grasso, jabbing her. But then, like, I never saw like a straight left or uppercut. Like, there was no change in variety.
And Grasso was so open for that jab because she didn't think Val could hurt her. So, I mean, she was going to take that shot because she believed in her power. So, I don't think Grasso should have even gotten hit by those jabs, to be honest. But, you know.
And shoot, like I said, I was looking at, you know, Manon and them in their camp and stuff. And like, I seen her in the past kind of, you know, looking at Tank Davis and, you know, studying Tank Davis. I mean,
that's when you know you want to prove a point. She want to she want to take Val's head off like Tank.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, that's a good way to start right there.
She might have Val rethink that retirement.
Right. Man, let's talk about this one here real quick, man. I forgot to ask you, since we brought up Grasso and Silva, man, like style wise, what you think about it?
You know, I love Grasso, but I am not picking against Silva at all. I'm going to tell you what's going to be a problem right off the bat with Grasso and Silva's leg kicks, because Grasso has that pure boxing stance. Her leg is going to be wide open for Silva all night. She's going to have to change that because Silva's probably going to look to immobilize her using that method, and then it's just going to be a clinic from there. So she better study those leg kicks of Silva, because if she comes out in that boxing stance and that leg is out there, it's gonna get ate up.
Yeah, it is, because like you said, her boxing stance just leaves her too front foot heavy. You know, she's just so heavy on it, and there's never really been a time where I'm like, okay, I see her switching to throw like a head kicker herself. Like, I know her when her feet are planted and she's coming in, her feet are planted. You know, you don't have to worry about a takedown. She's about to throw a combination, you know. So Silva, knowing that the leg was broke too, knowing that the leg, this is a tough fight with Grasso. She coming right back after a broken leg, taking on.
Man, it's brutal.
Man, they trying to kill this girl.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be a test. But hey, one thing you got to give credit for, man, Grasso is gonna be game.
She is.
She's gonna make it a fight. She's not gonna quit. She's not gonna quit on herself, you know. So it's gonna be a banger. I just don't think she has the tools to beat someone like Silva right now. Maybe a few years ago. I don't see her doing it now.
I don't know too. Yeah, like I'm looking at her fight up the flyweight division. It's a good resume. Believe me, I ain't knocking it. But style wise, everybody she's fought kind of comes to her. They came to her. They met her in the middle. Like, and let's be real. Like, Valentina hadn't fought nobody like Grasso, but
exactly, and that's what I was banking on. This is totally new for Valentina. She's going to be confused.
She's gonna be confused.
And I took it to the bank and I won that one time, but I knew Valentina, she don't take things like this well, and it's gonna be a long. I actually didn't. Like, everybody knows how we feel about the second fight between Val and Grasso. I think Val did win that fight. I don't think the third fight should have happened, but you know. I knew Valentina was going to come back better for it. I knew Grasso was kind of feeling herself and just wasn't on the same page she was when she first fought Valentina. So, but yeah, Silva is, I'm not gonna go as far as to say Silva is gonna finish her. I will go as far as to say I see it happen.
Okay. Like head kick wise, TKO body or anything like that. You think?
Maybe a head kick because she's gonna be kicking Grasso's leg and calf all night. Grasso gonna get used to that. That hand gonna come down and Silva gonna sneak one up there.
Yeah.
If it lands flush, she gonna have to time it right. If it lands flush, Grasso is out of there.
Yeah, and like Grasso's taken a lot of shots over the years. She's got a good chin, but can't nobody take a head kick with like maybe once.
Yes, listen, this picture you got up right now, I'm seeing Grasso throwing a lazy jab, and that's the time Silva say, "Gotcha."
That's crazy because she's throwing that left here. You see how her right hand drop on Valentina. She's throwing the left. And Natalia Silva, she's throwing a head kick right here.
Next thing you know, man, you're gonna be looking down at the cage and Herb Dean raising the other fighter's hand. You still trying to figure out what happened.
All you seeing is all these different angles or something you ain't even know happened.
Right.
Like, you be like, I did that. I look like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't interview after that.
Oh man, let her go. But that's the thing, man. Like, I think, like this is something new for Grasso, man. I think Manon and I think Natalia Silva probably like the most strangest styles in the division right now. Like, Aaron's gritty, Aaron's tough. I could see Aaron fighting for a title eliminator again, but I see things that Aaron's done before. Macy Barber, I've seen it before, but Natalia and like Manon, they're kind of new to these other girls. Like, you really don't see too many women bring their level of intensity. Let's be real.
Right.
Like,
and one thing about Natalia, man, she just does not stop moving.
She always moving, man.
And she's fast. Oh, she's fast. It's like, and I still spar from time to time. There's always two types of fighters I absolutely hate. Tall fighters and fast fighters. I hate them. I probably hate tall fighters more than I do fast fighters because I can time a fast fighter, but sometimes it ain't nothing you can do with a tall person, man.
Oh no,
nothing.
Last time,
they just frustrate the hell out of me, Combo.
Last time I sparred somebody that was taller, it was years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. This dude, he was probably like a super middleweight, and he was like 6'3". And I'm only 5'8", 5'8",
right,
5'9".
Man, come on.
Man, that jab can hit me in the chest, man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm scared. I'm scared to try to go in on them because I'm probably not fast enough at my age. I'm probably gonna catch something going in. I'm like, man, what can I do? What can I do with you? You so long.
Shoot, when I started to do that tall, I stayed adjusting my headgear. That jump was knocking my head. I was trying to make excuses like, hold on, my head giving out. No, that jab was rocking me.
Sometimes I just gotta accept the fact. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna have to just take these 3 jabs, man, if I'm gonna try to do what I want to do.
Yep. But that's when I learned. My dude that was in my corner, he told me, throw that overhand right. He was like, throw that overhand right. He said, stop trying to jab with somebody bigger than you. He'll get mad.
A great example of that, throwing an overhand right to sleep somebody. Paul Williams. Man, when people figured Paul Williams out, it was a wrap.
Oh, yeah, because Paul was so tall, man. His volume was crazy, but nobody thought to just go around it,
Man, when they laid that blueprint out, man, listen. Paul Williams and had some very good sleep over the years.
Okay, hold on, Rick. Dynamic Instability said, I think Grasso will get the decision. Okay, how you think she gonna win? Like, I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
That's an interesting pick there. Grasso by decision.
Yeah, because I ain't made my final pick yet. So, man, like, I'm just trying to figure out how she gets by this awkwardness, man. And like, I will ask you this though, like, Natalia Silva will take a round or two off sometimes, like not a full round off, but just enough to win the round. But like, is that dangerous against Grasso, who's always in the fight?
You know what? I think Silva has, for one thing, I think Silva's a very smart fighter. And I think she was only doing that because she probably knew she could get away with that, the types of fighter she was fighting. This fight, I believe she's going to, take a different approach to, as far as not being lazy, simply because not Val, but Alexa is going to be a good name under an ex-champion. I think Silva will want to prove a point here and not be lazy against an ex-champion. I think she's going to want to look good in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she'll take a round off unless she's like completely dominating Grasso, which I don't see that happening. Unless she's doing that, I don't think she'll take a round off. I don't think Grasso will let her. You know what I'm saying? Because even though she's going to be moving around, that Grasso's she's not the type to accept stuff like that. So Grasso's going to be in her face. So that's why I say it's going to be interesting.
Okay. So Donovan, he asked, can Grasso time Silva early enough? It's a 3-round fight too. So 3 round versus 5. I know Grasso probably going to want to get started early, or they both might want to get started early. So the pace is going to be different. Timer.
It depends on, I think it depends on what she's trying to time, because I don't think she's going to have an easy time timing Silva if Silva goes in there and decides she wants to be versatile with her hands and feet. Now she gets to a point where she gets comfortable doing a certain thing and she never stops. Then I think Grasso will, take time and opportunities then. But, Silva has a lot of versatility. So it's going to be hard to time one or two things right off the bat. That's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's really hard to say. Like, I do wish this was a 5-round fight, because I think Silva's due a 5-round fight. I think she's earned it, to see if she is next level for the belt, because that's always a good cardio test for these fighters, But yeah, I'm really trying to figure out like what Grasso is going to do to get on the inside in these situations with these kicks too.
Right.
Like, I know we have seen how she's able to handle some clinch exchanges with Valentina, but Natalia Silva, like, her strength is a mixture of her movement and speed. That's what makes it so hard to like.
I'm glad you mentioned that combo. Who do you think is the stronger fighter in this fight?
Oh man,
I actually think Grasso is stronger.
Yeah. Ooh, I would say, physically, I think like off of like pure just strength, I think Grasso is. I think Natalia's is probably a mixture of her movement too, like her athleticism, that burst she has.
Right.
Like people ask me who was strong between Floyd and Manny. Manny's like quick, so he can kind of move you, but Floyd, I think, is pure stronger.
Yeah.
I think same situation with her. Like, seeing how she's been working on her strength and conditioning to get up here, I think she's probably naturally stronger.
Okay.
But, I think the way they use the string is going to be 50-50, because she was making me mad in that Valentina fight when she was looking weak.
Yeah.
Valentina put her down, and that string didn't look like nothing, So I just think that, the way with Silva uses hers, it might be more effective on the inside, like how she was moving Jessica Andrade around. She wasn't afraid. Like, she wasn't afraid to be on the inside with Jessica in like the second and third round. She was laying on her.
Exactly,
her,
man.
and
like, Jessica, and everybody know Jessica can take your head off at any moment.
Right. Yeah. Or choke you out standing up.
So Silva's hungry, man. I hear it in the interviews.
Oh yeah. She's definitely ready, man. So I'm definitely, feeling like she's gonna probably edge it out. And if she does, I'm happy for her, because let me let me just say this easy. I know you feel the same way. I know we rooting on the opposite sides for these fighters because do we really want Shevchenko Grasso 4?
Oh no, absolutely not.
do we really
Nah,
want
man, we gotta let Whaley get up in there, man.
exactly? Because we know if Grasso win this fight, she gonna be like, "Yo, let me get the winner of the fight."
Right,
So,
right.
oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, man. I kind of see Silva taking the decision in this one, man. Maybe 2 rounds to 1, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I could see Grasso banking 1 round. I could
Yeah.
see her banking 1 and maybe making the third close because I don't
Yeah.
think Grasso's gonna lay down. Like Grasso, she's gonna keep fighting to the end though. She's
Right.
gonna make Silva have to fight, I think.
Yeah, I mean and you know, we say it all the time, man. You can win a fight, but man, it's the losses that make you. It's the losses that make you prove what you really are. Because either you're gonna come back stronger, or you gonna stay down in the dumps, man.
Yeah. And I think, Grasso, she's had some hard loss. Well, she's had a hard loss in her early career against
Yeah.
Suarez, and she bounced back like a whole new fighter from that. So I think she'll be game. Like she'll be game. She ain't gonna come in here gun shy or nothing like that. But what was your quick picks on these 2 last fights right here, man, between JJ and Andrea, man?
Ooh,
Montana
that's a
and
tough
Luana.
one, man. I just don't trust Andrea Lee, man. She done, like, okay, for all the hate that I give Andrea Lee, man, that she could win if she actually had a game plan. I never know what her game plan is going into these fights.
I don't either, man. I really
It's
don't.
just like she just out there just winging it.
Yeah.
And I think her record would have surely been better if she maybe it's the camp she's in. I just don't get it. She should be better, is what I'm saying. So
yeah. I think so too.
And JJ Aldrich, I mean, I can't say that I'm high on her. I can't really say that I'm low on her either, but I'll take her over Andrea Lee because I just can't see any upside with Lee anymore.
Yeah, same here. And like I was saying earlier, I think JJ has made better improvements and looks like, she wants to get ranked here. She looks like she's fighting for a ranking now. So I see a little bit more intensity versus Andrea Lee, man.
Yeah. I always saw Andrea Lee going to BKFC or something. She just seems like she would fit there. I'm not saying she would win, but she's we know.
Oh yeah. Shoot, man.
She has that BKFC aura about her.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, somebody just go in there. Ain't
but
really.
Hey, we may be. Hey, she may be smarter than we think. She hadn't gone over there yet. It might not be in the cards.
Yeah, I mean,
she know better. She might know better, Combo. Unlike some of these other fighters.
Yeah. She probably said, "Oh, okay. I see what they doing. Let me see how long I can ride this thing out." Hey, look, Paul said, "Easy. I don't remember. Are you a Macy respecter or a hater?"
Man, I can't exactly say I'm a Macy hater. I respect all fighters. The thing I always didn't like about Macy was her attitude, especially when she first came in talking about she was going to be the youngest champion, this and that. I didn't like that. When Roxy beat her, she pretty much didn't respect Roxy. She took over the interview. So she always left a bad taste in my mouth for those reasons. But as a fighter, I respect her grit. You know what I'm saying? I respect her will, and you got to respect that power. I just don't like a lot of the things she says and does. I think she puts her foot in her mouth a lot. So, but yeah, I respect her as a fighter. Most definitely.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've always stood with it too. Like, I enjoy watching her fight, but when she starts talking that stuff, I'll be calling her out. But
Yeah.
whenever when you put blast on Aaron, and I'm like, Aaron is going through the meat grinder right here, working girls. I'm like, hey, you can't call Aaron no boring or insignificant fighter. She's staying in the game, and y'all haven't fought
get in the cage, Macy. Get in the cage.
There's only one way to prove.
Get you a KO and then talk, girl.
Right. Right, because she got a good resume right now. You beat like 6 people, but you only stop Amanda.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I want your opinion on it. What I think Macy's doing?
What's that?
I think Macy's waiting just long enough that maybe she can pick up some scraps. I think she's doing that.
Think she trying to get one of the losers of one of these fights?
Yeah. Macy, like, hey, listen, man. We can say whatever we want to say about Macy, man, but hey, she's smart. She's trying to put herself in position right now. She don't want to take no fight that's too risky, because that's gonna move her even more down the line. She want to stay right at that line.
Hey, they following that Ryan Garcia blueprint.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, man, like a little while back, I heard the interview, like whenever she had beat Amanda Ebos, they asked who she wanted next, and I heard it plain clear as day. They said we want Lauren Murphy or Jessica Andrade. I mean, I can't make that up.
I'm like, huh? Oh, yeah, hold up, girl.
and I was like, Aaron just come off with beating Tyler Santos. Yeah, I'm like, you don't want that,
Lauren? That's why I say, why would you? The only reason you would want to fight someone like Lauren Murphy, man, is to get a ranking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and much respect to Lauren Murphy, man. She's a warrior, but she's older, and she just does not have the skills, man, to compete with these younger girls. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's no hate on a fighter or nothing.
Right. Yeah, for sure. 6 said, I see Aaron mauling Macy. Man, that's the thing, man. Like,
I don't see that.
Yeah, me too. Like, that's why I want to see this fight so bad, because I want to see how they react to each other. Their styles just clash. Like,
but then again, not liking each other, that's gonna play a factor too. Most fighters that don't like each other, they going after it.
Yeah, because this is a mean girl fight.
I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's go.
Yeah, because this is a mean girl fight right here. Yeah, they like them girls that in high school right now.
Yeah, this is for pride right here.
It's for that sorority pride right here.
It's pride right here. So yeah, it's gonna be a banger, man.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting on the announcement. Shout out to Marcus. I think he said they trying to work close. Marcus Bell said they trying to work close to a deal on it. So I think it's going to be announced within the next month or so, or next week or so.
Man. Let's get it, man. Yeah, let's get it, Macy, man, because we got people out here calling you a duck. We got people out here calling you a duck. Yeah, let's get it.
And we just going by what we see. And so, hey, you want it? Hey, if Aaron is insignificant, hey, show it to us.
Please do.
Just show me that. That's all I'm saying, because Aaron's already proved.
I was riding high on Aaron too.
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah.
I had to put her. I did pick her over Rose. I felt she was gonna go in there and do it. 6 said, if Macy can keep it standing, she may have a chance. Other than that, I see this fight going to the ground most of the fight. Okay. Robot said Aaron is fighting top talent. Yeah, Aaron is Aaron's win over Tyler Santos was more convincing than Macy's win over Andrea Lee.
Oh, yes, it was. Yep.
And she beat Miranda Maverick convincingly. Even before they were really ranked. Yeah, and Andrade.
Aaron earned her stripes, man. And that's not saying Macy hasn't, man, but Aaron had a tougher path to victory, as so to speak. So
definitely, man. Yeah, for sure.
But I think Valentina Manon and Silva gonna have 125 locked down for a while.
Yeah, I think so too. I know somebody in the comment section earlier. Ashley Knuckles. Shout out Ashley Knuckles. He had asked what we think of Dakota. I think highly of her right now.
Something interesting. I read an article that said that Dakota was not going to compete in the tournament this year, even though she's still on the PFL roster.
Yeah, she's not. She's actually not. And
so that's interesting. What they got in store, because she's gonna have to fight.
I was talking about that the other day in the video because I was wondering, like, well, if she's not in the tournament, who else can y'all get her? Because she was kind of reaching for scraps at that point, saying,
and this reeks of trying to protect my fighter against a loss.
Yeah.
Okay, we came through the tournament. Let's not ruin this because she could pull a Kayla and lose one.
But that's a part of the game, right? That's a part of the game. Like we don't mind. We don't mind. At
least, you know what? I wouldn't have been mad at Dakota if she would have said, you know what, PFL trying to keep me from winning another $1 million. I'm gonna win this tournament again.
Right.
And forget what y'all talking about, man. I own these girls.
Hey, I tell you what, look, give her like another 6 months. She probably gonna be like trying to do like Floyd, buying out his top rank contract. She gonna be like, I'm trying to get over to the UFC.
Man, she better not do it too soon.
Yeah. So
unless you want to fight Silva for her first for her first fight.
Right. But outside of the tournament and her still being like locked in with them, I don't see her beat. I don't see any other big fights for her.
That's what I'm saying. Who's she gonna fight?
Man, all she's got is that European champion that won the other side, that Paulina girl.
Yeah, oh man.
But other than that, I mean, there's nobody.
That's that's like kicking a can down the road.
Yeah. So as far as what I think of her, she's a good fighter.
Yeah, that's real interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Because I don't know where they're gonna pull some girls from. Boy, they better give her some credible fights though. They better not stick her in there with no cans. They can be respectable, but they can't be cans.
That's what I'm worried about though, man. Like, let's say she fights this year. Who is she gonna fight?
Because here's my thing. You don't want her fighting cans right now because, like, if she's gonna go to the UFC. Like, what if the last 3 fights you gave her cans? She gonna be used to fighting cans. Then she gonna go to the UFC and get ate up by someone she thought was a can.
Right. Yeah. She gonna come out there thinking, like
I think too far ahead, Combo. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, when you have a fighter protected for so long, I mean, look, who is that? There was a girl they brought in. Who was that girl? The Ivana girl. I know she's different, but she came in and they gave her Luana Carolina and she lost right.
And I'm like, oh my God, look at Luana Carolina. You go, girl.
Luana Carolina was stunting on her in there. Like,
for real. I was like, man, am I dreaming?
So you never know, man.
Carolina was looking like a beast.
Shoot. So hey, you never know, man. Like, I'm just saying.
Boy, man, a UFC can will expose you.
Oh yeah. Shoot. Hey, people thought Gabriela Fernandez would. Look what she did with Wayne Combs.
That's why. Hey, you can hate on Dana White, but what do we always say? I don't have any competition. I have the best fighters in the world.
Yeah. That's what he said. Robot said, who you got, Montana or Luana? I told you, I'm going to pick I don't know, man. I started picking.
Dakota should be fighting Liz Carmouche. Man, come on, man. You trying to put me to sleep.
Nah, yeah, she shouldn't be fighting her at this point. I mean, Liz Carmouche, she's on a fair game playing field right now with Ty. It's safe right now. It's safe for all the girls. Dakota's out. So they're gonna have them a nice, friendly competition. When Dakota
Man.
was there, watch out, But now it's kind of evened up now, so good for them.
Let me ask you this, Combo. What is the PFL actually gonna do with Bellator, man? Because I still see Bellator stuff, and Bellator is no more.
BJ had asked me about that the other day because he was telling me that they were still announcing one of the guys as Bellator champion. My thing is, I think they're just letting it ride out.
Are they just gonna just keep the two promotions and just play them off each other, or what? Like, is this gonna be like a WWE, like Raw versus SmackDown thing or something?
I think eventually it's going to be gone because some of the ladies, they already said that the brands are gone. Like the brands already expired. Right. So I think eventually it's all just going to be PFL because one of the girls that was strictly Bellator signed, like Afsaragova, she's moving over to the PFL roster finally.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
because just having a hard time dropping the PFL. The Bellator name, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and eventually, I think by the end of this year, it'll be no more. That's why Austin, he gone. You see Austin Vanderford, he done signed to the UFC.
Yeah. What do you think about this GFL, man? I meant to ask you that. I think it's good for the fighters because it gives fighters another opportunity to get paid. But I think a lot of those fighters are worse for wear. So, I mean, I don't have an issue with it because, everybody wants to make money. But yeah, I mean, when you pulling Elena McFarlane out of that thing and she going over there, I'm like, man, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I like it because it's good for some of the younger fighters they sign.
Right. Yeah, Cynthia Calvillo in that thing, I heard too.
Yeah, she's in there. Cynthia Calvillo's in there. So
yeah,
it's good for the younger fighters because they get to fight some experienced fighters. But all them experienced fighters a little worn out now. That's the question.
Yeah, right. Tyrone Woodley. Yeah, it's a who's who of I'm not gonna say has-beens, but it's it's a who's of people that have been to the mountain and a lot of young up and coming fighters. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, because they got Kat, Holly, Julia.
Man, I don't think Kat should be fighting after that Cyborg fight, man. She looked awful.
She
just folded up, man. And I even said that was gonna happen. I'm gonna say it's gonna take one punch from Cyborg to fold Kat, and it happened. Kat just can't take that punishment no more, man.
Yeah, because her health scare really started like I want to say after that Amanda Nunes fight, and that was years ago.
Amanda Nunes fight, yeah. That's the one she said she had the brain damage from, and she underwent a lot of specialized treatment for that. She said that brain damage never went away.
How's she still fighting? I don't know, man.
How is she getting licensed?
I wouldn't clear.
Right.
Personally, I'll be like, yo, like, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to,
preserve your health, your life, girl. Yeah, but I mean,
Hey, man, that's
I think we really don't know fighters' financial situations and things, man. But I think a lot of what just keeps these old fighters around just taking punishment is just they need the money,
What do you think about Holly though? Like Holly don't seem like she need the money. Like, do you think she just like addicted?
Holly, I think Holly is one of those gym rats that's she's phenomenally in shape, man, but she never thinks she's in shape enough. She just has to hit the gym every day when your abs are like rocks.
Yeah, right. And let me ask you this. Like, what do you think? Like, Holly looks great on the outside for a woman her age, but like
Dana is like, well, somebody, not Dana anymore, but somebody is just going to literally have to just not sign a contract of hers for her not to fight.
Yeah. Like, how do you think she feels on the inside, though, like, as far as like getting up every day? Because I remember George Foreman, like when George Foreman was talking about Mike coming back to fight Roy in that exhibition fight, and he was like, everybody was going crazy online watching Mike, hit the mitts. But like George said, he was like, they cutting it. You know, the way they cutting the video makes it look good. But like he said, when Mike getting up in the day in the morning, he
Mike
probably hurting.
Mike can only do that in short bursts.
Right, he hurting. You know, so I'm kind of wondering, like, does Holly feel that way yet? Because she's had so many fights, and she's like, you know, somebody that trains so much.
I will say that I think Holly does hurt. I don't think she hurts as much as most fighters, because I will say I watch a lot of Holly stuff, and she's always in compression boots. She's always in the sauna. So I think she does a lot to combat that pain.
Okay, her recovery process is pretty good.
She does, and she has the money to do it. So I think if Holly didn't have access to a lot of the technology she does as far as keeping herself healthy, or, you know, like we were saying, the soreness factor of it, I think if she wasn't as well off as she is to afford the type of treatments that she does, she would probably would have been out of the UFC a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, I just was like, this girl, you know, she goes to the full extent. Like, she's almost like some of these CrossFit girls as far as like staying in shape.
Yeah, I mean, she's always in the gym. It's hard to hurt when you're always moving.
Right, that's true. Yeah. That's why she got to stay moving, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I just think that really, like, the GFL, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, but it looks good right now for how it's catering more to the fighter. But I don't think it's gonna be one of the things that lasts a long time. Like, you know, won't be around even as long as like Bellator, in my opinion. You know.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I could see that. Unless I can see that, because I don't think any of the older fighters are gonna just bring that value to it. But if they can develop a pretty, you know, stable young crop and make some superstars, I mean, I think it can have a chance. I don't really think there's anything that's going to actually really compete with the UFC, because it's too big. But I think any organization that can raise their own homegrown talent, I think it'll be a great second option for some MMA.
Yeah. Because right now, I think if they're shooting too high, like to try to compete with the UFC, it won't work. But if they come up with some type of formula where there's a little bit more organization to it, they could come off like at least like LFA for the first year or two, you know.
Exactly.
And then people would be like, we'll see it more than a stepping stone to the UFC, or almost like a graveyard or retirement home for UFC fighters, right? They don't want to get stuck in that boat. So they gotta shoot low, I think, at first. Like,
I'll use an old wrestling analogy, because I used to be super into professional wrestling when I was younger. You remember when WCW, man, just killed WWE for those 83 weeks with Eric Bischoff, right? I remember when Bischoff went to TNA, you know what I'm saying? He asked the owner, Dixie Carter, what was her goal for the company. And in one of his interviews, she said, I want to compete with Vince McMahon. He said he looked her straight in the face and said, you can't do that.
Right.
He already knew you can't do that.
Wow. Well, that's the thing too, because even like you can't because like Dana White, I remember back in like 2017, 2018, like when Dana White was just trying to kick off that Zuffa boxing.
Yeah.
Even he couldn't jump right in, like kick it off like he could. He wasn't gonna do like, you know, Al Heyman and them. Like, he was already throwing out boxing, like Zuffa boxing's coming up. It's gonna be shutting down, like, all of these multiple sanctioning bodies. You won't even hear about it now. You know?
He hadn't paid all the bribes. He hadn't done all the networking.
Right.
Look, Al Heyman got it sold up. That's why they so mad at him. They can't stop Al Heyman, and they pissed.
Yeah, he's already got it sold up the game. You know, it's his right now, Dana. So Dana realized how many heads was in there. Because remember,
you're gonna have to work with Al Heyman if you want to be a name in boxing. Period.
Exactly, because he got to remember boxing is like really independent versus MMA. So
exactly,
there's a lot more. There's a lot more people.
Yeah, you want to see some dirt? Be a boxer.
Oh man, that's why
MMA y'all got it made, man.
They got it made. They just go they just going to work with like these dudes in boxing. They be coming out telling stories, man.
Listen, they're under the umbrella of a corporation. In boxing, man, it's you and nobody else.
Nobody else.
Your promoter ain't even on your side. Your promoter will set you up, man.
For real.
Man, you not bringing me what you used to, man. I got a new kid on the block.
Man, I seen that just like in the town I'm in, you know, had boxing promotions going on, you know, used to have, you know, Christy Martin out here and everything. And one minute these kids was the hottest, and then next they were being fed to some of the guys on like these Wilder cards, you know. And I was like, whoa, you know, because there was a kid, like, I ain't gonna mention his name, but there was a kid like that was coming up when I used to just go out there and spar, like back in 2012, you know, and his career didn't go that way because everybody around here was making it seem like he was gonna be something, but I don't know if it was they rushed him or they fed him to somebody, and from there he just gone left, man. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, man. Boxing is a crazy world, man.
It is, man. That's why I say,
really like when it comes to boxing, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's why y'all better, you know, we give Dana his flack, but y'all lucky y'all are being shielded. Y'all are being
exactly, man. And like when it comes to boxing, bro, especially today, you got to have a hell of a team behind you, man, just making sure that you just don't get played. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and people like to talk about Floyd or whatever, man, but like if it wasn't for Floyd, man, Tank wouldn't be who he is today. And he can talk about Floyd all he want to, but Floyd gave you the blueprint. So and he wising up now as he's getting older. So I'm glad I'm seeing that from Tank, the maturity.
Yeah, I am too, because you know, Tank, he was taking it from nothing into, you know, Floyd skyrocketed him into a level where, you know, he's making money that some of these other guys that might be fighting better fighters aren't making the money for.
And listen, if you know Floyd, man, Floyd don't just do stuff like that for anybody. He saw something in that kid. And just like he did with Devin Haney, but you know him and Bill, they want to act stupid. So
yeah. You know, Bill, man.
I mean, this man giving you the blueprint, man. Come on, and he Floyd Mayweather. He don't have to do nothing for no fighter if he don't want to.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, yo, like when I see these dudes, like when they can get in and get it and keep it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I respect that, because there's just too many sharks in here. Like,
too many, man.
Yeah. So the MMA route, MMA fighters, they're tough, but I think the things they deal with are nothing on the level of what the boxer deals with. So
no, not even close.
Yeah.
And we just listen, we talking about boxers that everybody know. Think about the stories of the boxers, just they in those rankings, but you don't hear their name. You know what I'm saying? Think about what they going through.
Yeah. Shoot. Let me see. G Frame said, did you guys hear about the Riyadh season?
Oh, the boxing Grand Prix that was supposed. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, that was a little while. I heard about something like that a little while ago. Is that the same one?
I don't but I haven't heard anything else about it though.
Me either. Yeah, like I remember there was one where they strictly with the heavyweights, and it had some pretty decent names, but Shoot, man. Did you see that Joseph Parker and Bacoli fight, man?
Yes, I did.
Or what was supposed to be a fight, man? I picked
Lord
Joseph Parker in that fight, man. Like,
boy, what happened to Joseph Parker, man?
Man, Joseph Parker. I mean, Bacoli made Joseph Parker look like Mike Tyson in there.
Oh man, bro.
Man, but hey, he was 2-day late notice and made like over 6 figures. Again,
Yeah, man.
You got to take them opportunities because you can't get it all the time. So yeah.
Hey, make that money, man.
Hey, supposedly the guy that Shakur Stevenson fought, he got a house plus some money. It looked like he negotiated his right. I guess he wanted a house and money. So I was like, okay, yeah. Because
man,
I'm gonna get beat. I want a home to rest in and I'm done. So
I think these sanctioning bodies, man, just need to let Tank claim all his belts.
Yeah.
Just go and let him do it, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been too long. We tired of waiting. Let Tank work.
Yeah, just let him work now. Like, with the Shakur fight, start there and just let him work his way around,
And what I don't like about the sanctioning bodies, one of the reasons boxing is in the state it is in today is because they don't work together anymore. It was supposed to be about making money.
Mm-hmm.
Now the WBA, WBC, WBO, they want all of their champions. They don't want their champions to fight no other champions. It's like they always trying to hold a piece of the rock, man. It's like when you have a fighter on the verge of greatness, somebody like Tank Davis, that's supposed to transcend all of this crap. Let that man get his legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they'll pick and choose who they want to do that to.
Right.
And when they see too much money, like they kind of did that with they did that with like Canelo for a while. Like when Canelo, they made another belt for him. They made another WBC belt and they called it, like, I can't remember what the name of it was, but the WBA kind of does the same thing. They create the WBA super belt, regular belt.
It's like, man, bro, these belts don't mean nothing. You're not no champion. Throw that belt away.
Right. You ain't fought nobody, really.
Yeah.
Oh man, they are killing it like that. That's the thing. Yeah. Like UFC, you might have an interim belt, but you ain't undisputed until you beat so and so. So
yeah. And if you holding up the game too long, Dana White gonna put you on the shelf for a few months, and then you can come back. You ready to fight?
You gonna think about it for a while.
Holding up my business.
He said, "I'm gonna put you here. You gonna think about it." So
yeah. and look, and them contracts, where can you go? Nowhere.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
So you gotta sit in the corner. Uncle Dana put you in the corner.
Hey, ain't no exhibition boxing matches. None of
that. Ooh, that sucks. That has to suck. But hey, it's the big leagues, man. Hey, listen, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, you got to, man. But shoot, man. Before I wrap this up, about another 5 minutes. What you think about this fight here? And I'll get ready to close out. But I wanted to ask you about this one, man.
Man, is this to the death?
Pretty much.
This is like Roman Gladiator. Are they gonna do what they did? You remember Jean-Claude Van Damme and Kickboxer, man? Are they gonna wrap their hands up in resin and put some glass on the end of it or something, man? Because that's what these girls like to do, man.
Shoot, they're gonna put this one in the special venue. You know how they had it down underground at
underground Apex.
Yeah. Shoot, I'd give me a ticket if they were doing that one.
Man, they're gonna have to have a good ref for this one, man, because I see a lot of flags on the play.
Oh yeah, definitely coming off of zombie girl here, man. She
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
acting up.
Boy, man, Herb, they ain't gonna have them legs working.
He gonna be running across the cage, stopping people.
Yeah,
Because he'll go pursue the catcher. We're gonna be trying to poke an eye out or pull a top down or something.
Yeah, they gonna forget Herb Dean. They gonna have Jason Herzog. They gonna have to have Jason Herzog up in there, man. Because Herb Dean, he a little older, man. He don't get there quick enough no more.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
they gonna have to call up old Jason for that one.
Because you done took a 5-piece by the time he gets to you.
Right. man, Herb, this man done died.
Yeah, you be like he done died and came back twice, man. Remember Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Ebars?
Yeah, man.
He let her get knocked out twice in the second round.
Man.
Like, stop it. Marina looked at him like, "You want me to do it again?" All right.
Right. Ooh-wee.
So yeah, this one's on March 15th. So hey, I don't think I'm gonna be on live. I think I'm gonna be busy, but shoot, I'm gonna.
Yeah, they looking for a finish in this one.
Oh yeah. If we don't get a finish in this one,
Dana gonna probably cut them girls if they don't fight.
Yeah, if they don't fight, if they both hold back, like what was that? Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou that time?
Oh man,
everybody was expecting a knockout in there, man.
Hey, you know what? I know this will probably never happen, but sometimes you got to keep hope alive on certain things, man. I always wanted Derek Lewis to win that belt one time, man. I just like Derek Lewis, man.
Oh yeah, I like Derek.
Not like that guy.
Yeah, I like Derek. Shoot, if he would have won it, I'd be behind him on that, Derek Lewis, man.
He probably lose it the next one, man. I always wanted Derek to take the gold, bro.
Hey, he win it in devastating fashion, and then he lose it in devastating.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah, man.
That's how you
man. I'm gonna let you get up off here, Combo, man. It was good chopping it up with you, man. I enjoyed the chat. Love y'all, gang. Always good to get on here and talk some fights.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, it's always love. We always respect these fighters and stuff, but we gonna have some fun over here. But whenever like I said, people take it too far and start hating us over fighters, I'm like, come on, man. Like we just making picks, so we just joke.
Right.
We just joke on that part, but we really are fans.
Nobody pretending to be no deep analysts over here, man. We just talking about what we see, man, and just enjoying the fights as fans,
Even though some of them analysts can take a little note from y'all,
Right.
But it's
we know a thing or two about fighting, even though we don't do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Every coach didn't play football, Every coach didn't play basketball, so
Exactly. But yeah, bro, look, anytime you want to come back through, it ain't even look. Whenever it ain't even gotta be about eating no crow.
Oh, right.
No crow. I just had to share that last chicken wing. That crow wing with you, man.
Yeah. I eat it with the bed. It was a little spicy, but I made it.
Hey, it was going bad, so I said, "Go ahead and eat that crow up for that one, man." BJ done had his whole share. He had the beak and everything. So,
man, I had to come on and get mine, man.
Oh yeah, man.
But it's all good.
But look, when this as we get closer to these big fights, Manon and Valentina, whatever come up, you want to get your thoughts. There's always
Oh yeah. All right,
y'all. That was Easy E. We'll catch you in the next one, bro.
All right, man. Out.
All right. Yes, sir. All right, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Yeah, the Sekai Tekai. Man, I'm gonna watch Bloodsport tonight. I gotta watch Bloodsport and Kickboxer. Yeah, I gotta watch something like that now. I'm in the mood to watch a movie like that. Man, I just realized the prelims from last weekend. The Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong card. The prelims was all finishes. I gotta go back and watch that. Every single one of them were knockouts, right? Dang, yeah. That should be a quick card. I mean, a lot of people thought that card wasn't gonna be good, but hey, that's a good matchup there. I guess good matchmaking. Good matchmaking. So yeah, let me get that in tonight, y'all. But I appreciate everybody that came through here in the chat. Gonna hang this one up for tonight, and we will catch you in the next one. G Frank said, yeah, the prelims are crazy violent. Dynamic says so it's even better. Yeah. Oh, there were some submissions. Okay, there were some submissions too. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out tonight. I gotta go back and watch it. I was busy, so let me see. Cejudo, Sonya Dawn. There we go. Okay. Yeah, definitely tuning into that. But yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe. Welcome, Dynamic. No, I haven't really seen you in there before. So, if you enjoyed the show, come back through. Or, subscribe and, you can come back through. I usually come on here about once a week, every Tuesday or Wednesday when I get a chance, when life ain't slowing me down. So, yeah. And, we drop some videos every now and then. And, yeah, shout out to Easy again for coming through. Anytime people like to give their thoughts on fights or they want to talk about the fight game, it's always open. Shout out to BJ who came through earlier. I think Robot asked me, who am I picking? Luana or Montana? BJ gonna make me mad by picking Montana again, man. BJ's gonna make me mad. I don't know. I might have to pick Luana. Robot. I'm gonna go with Luana and JJ Aldrich this weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna go with JJ and Luana Carolina, just to play it safe here. Yeah. So that way I won't have to block BJ. But yeah, y'all, let me shut this down. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.